When we talk about testing, obviously, we were saying tomorrow you could start ordering them. A lot of school districts were giving them out. But I think there seems to be a lot of trepidation in the results because, some of the rapid tests seem to be less sensitive to this Omicron variant. The good news is we're hearing there are 2 newly authorized rapid tests that are going to be coming to the market soon that seem to detect Omicron. But should we put our trust in these at-home tests?
I think that that's a great question, and the rapid tests are getting bashed on social media. I don't know how much of your listeners are on social media, um, but let's talk a little bit because I think this is really critical. Um, the presentation and the timing of a positive test has changed a little bit with Omicron, and we're not sure if that's something intrinsic to the virus or if it has to do with the pre-existing immunity. Previously, early on, the Wuhan variant, the original, people would actually start to become test positive about a day or two before symptom onset. What we're seeing now is the symptoms start and you don't start getting positive tests until that next day. So that's one of the critical things in the timing of when you do that rapid or even the PCR. We see the same issue testing a PCR that first day, sometimes negative, the antigen test picking it up the next day. So this applies to all tests. But if it's that second day, there's a great study out of California, 97% sensitive at those rapid tests, picking up people from that second day out to that first week. But those PCRs, a lot of people say, "Oh my gosh, I did a rapid, it was negative, but the PCR was positive." Those PCRs can pick up an infection from a month ago, so often too sensitive. So be careful. Reach out to your medical provider, get some guidance. Those rapid tests still continue to be excellent at predicting who's infectious, who's got acute COVID.
So when you figure out when to take the second test, should you wait until you have symptoms to take the second one if you've been near someone and that's why you took the first one?
So if there's 2 ways to do this. So the
Okay.
one, people do it, they're about to get together for a gathering, right?
hmm
You've got someone who you want to be with who's at higher risk, and you say, I really want to add that layer of protection. It's a layer, it's not a wall, it's not, a block of cheddar cheese that gives you 100%. But they're really good. I'm gonna say over 90% sensitive at telling you, am I contagious? But that's not 100%. But if you've been exposed, and you do an initial test, we do still recommend a second test 5 days later.